Hi, I'm Rob Van Raphorst. Welcome to MBANow. The landscape for the real estate finance industry is in flux, with rising interest rates limiting refinance activity and constrained housing supply affecting first-time homebuyers in particular. Despite those challenges, interest rates are rising and are expected to go higher, and the strong job market ensures ongoing demand for housing finance. Here with me to give an overview of the outlook for the mortgage industry is MBA's chief economist, Mike Fratantoni. Mike, thanks for being here.
Good to see you, Rob.
Mike, give us a snapshot of the industry right now.
Well, as you mentioned, the economy is quite strong. The unemployment rate's down to 4%. We think it's going to go even lower. Wage growth is beginning to pick up, and the housing market is doing well. If anything, it's really too strong, right? Home prices are growing more than 6% per year, and that's really reflecting a lack of supply in the market. So mortgage volume's down a bit because of that. In addition to the rising rates. So refinances have been crimped, but the purchase market's now really being constrained by the lack of supply.
Let's talk about the lack of supply. Are there any indications that it's going to increase?
So permits are up from last year, housing starts are up a bit from last year, but really, given the demand that's out there, you would have expected they would have jumped up even to a greater extent. And when you talk to builders, they just can't hire. You know, you talk about the strong job market, we're at a 4% unemployment rate. That would be enough trouble, but particularly the construction sector is having a lot of trouble attracting workers to build new homes.
We have our annual convention coming up in October, and I'm not going to ask you for your outlook just yet, but what are the types of things you'll be discussing there?
Well, typically we talk about three different areas in our Outlook presentation, and Marina Walsh from my team joins me with that presentation. So we talk about the macroeconomic environment, what's going on in the job market, what the Fed is likely to do, where rates are likely headed. So that's really the backdrop that you talk about. Then we talk about demographics. You have this wave of millennial buyers that are really going to be supporting the housing market for the next 5, 6, 7 years. And talk about the supply picture that we were just discussing. What are some of the constraints? What are the opportunities? What might really develop over the next couple of years in terms of getting more units on the market? Then we really dive into mortgage lender business data. So the benchmarking data that Marina and her team put together. What are productivity and profitability stats looking like for different segments of the market? And what can we expect? So the challenge right now is not just is production volume down, but margins are really, really tight. So a lot of our members are having a lot of challenges making it a profitable business.
Yeah, there's no doubt things are in flux right now, as I said earlier. We're really looking forward, though, to the annual convention and you giving your outlook. And thanks so much for talking a little bit about that and also the market right now.
Thanks, Rob.